Doug Thugging. Don't know the number. I'm out in my car. It's June 5th, which is Sunday. It's about 12 o'clock. I'm out in my car. It's raining. My wife is studying inside, so I want to let her do that because she's actually getting really high scores. She's studying, I think, forensic psychology, maybe normal psychology, critical thinking, and she's getting on her test scores and whatnot, like 80% and above. So she's really kicking ass, and she'll make a fine psychology-style person. I think she wants to get into forensic psychology. Not entirely sure. But yeah, one day, well, she's been the breadwinner in the past. She'll be doing it again. And kudos to my wife, Alex, Liberty Jane, you know who. So I've written some things on a sheet of paper. Let's just rip through them like we usually do. So Alarum are working on the album still. Don't know what it's called. We rehearsed yesterday at Drum Power in Bayswater, and yeah, that was good. The funny thing about the Alarum is that we've got all these test names or pretend names to tell us what song we're going to play is, like Chugga and Deathy and Grindy and all this. And even from that, I'm still going, I don't know what fucking song that is. So they got to hum me the beginning. And then I'm like, oh, okay, that one. I for whatever reason, I cannot put a fake name to a real song. But yeah, I'm going to start going over to Scott's house because he's got Pro Tools on his like MacBook or whatever. He has what's the fucking 11 rack? He's got that, which gives some incredibly rocking clean tones that are fucking incredible. And what else? He also has the Kemper, but the fucking power amp is blown in it, so he's got to have that fixed. But we can still record with it. I don't know. Like, I honestly don't give a shit which one we use. We can use one or the other. I'm totally fine with that. But I will say that the clean sounds on the 11 rack are so glassy and beautiful. So I think what we're going to do is I'm going to start going over there 2 days a week to his house, probably film it, and we're going to start dialing in some tones that we like. And, yeah, start recording. Well, we're saying demo, but if it's good enough for the finished product, I'm happy to do that. I'm losing weight. Accidentally. I was 100 kilos. Now I'm down to 96. It's all because of my new job. I work in a warehouse, and we deal in cleaning products, and it's a lot of heavy lifting. And it's like I'm getting paid to work in it to be in a gym. You know, on my feet all day for the whole 8 hours. And yeah, slowly but surely, I'm losing weight and becoming stronger, which is good because A, I'll be 48 in December. And B, I don't want to be a fucking fat, weak cunt. So, that's good. In other news, the extra, you know how I go on these little tears where I'm obsessed with something for about a week or two. And it was Pinhead last time, and it's been some other small things in between. But now I'm right into The Exorcist. So I'm on YouTube. I'm watching like all these Exorcist specials where they interview Linda Blair. I'm watching like, there's this thing where they play clips from the movie, usually the dialogue between the young priest and Regan, but it's done with Linda Blair's voice, and then they play that first half, and then they play it with the Mercedes McKenzie's voice or whatever her fucking name is. That woman's awesome, because you think it's a man, really. I thought it was a man when I first saw that movie, and but then you really couldn't tell. I don't know. But, man, that movie scared the absolute shit out of me. And the funny thing was, I think it came out 73 or 74. My sister went and saw it when it came out, and I think she was about 15. And she came home fucking crying and all this shit. And, she couldn't go to sleep. She's all freaked out. And then my mom and stepdad go, look, tomorrow we're going to take you back to the cinema. We're going to watch it with you, and we're going to show you how they did all the shit that they did and how fake it is. I thought that was pretty cool to do because she was fucked up. Oh, my sister Kim was such a bitch when she was 15. she'll tell you about it. No, she won't. Also, I'm listening to a lot of different podcasts, usually on true crime, because I love true crime so very much. I don't know why that is. Maybe I'm macabre or whatever, but tons of people are into true crime. And I think it's probably to just find out why people do such fucked up things, or, I honestly think I could spot a psychopath. But, that's just me. Because Ted Bundy fooled everybody, but there were still a few people that are like, yeah, nah, there's something fucking off with this dude. So I think I'd be one of those guys. I think my radar for fucking weird shit is like in full force. So I listen to 3 different podcasts, and I like to plug them because they're good. Now, if you want a really good true crime, real deal, facts only, interviews with the people involved podcast, check out Sword and Scale. And I think all this shit's on iTunes as well. So I would go there first. Check out Sword and Scale. I don't know what number he's up to, but apparently episode 20 is fucking like people can't handle it. It's like The Exorcist, but for your ears. So yeah, and I think that has to do with cannibalism, so whatever. I don't know. I'm pretty desensitized to the majority of that shit. Another one would be, and this is probably my favorite of the 3, is My Favorite Murder with Georgia Hardstark and, Karen Kilgariff? I don't know. They're 2 female comedians, and they just talk about what their favorite murder is for the week. And it's fairly lighthearted, but they do get to the facts. And they're just as outraged at all the same stuff that I am, so it's kind of good. It's like you're listening to your buddies talk about murder and shit. But not everybody wants to do that, so you got to find your little clique. And they got like a My Favorite Murder Facebook page. I think it's on like 11,000 people. So when you ask a question or make a statement, you just get a shitload of people, willing to engage, because I guess we're all in there for the same thing. And yeah, that's a really good one. And I'm actually up to date with that. Sword and Scale, well, I'm way behind. Actually, me and Alex will put on our headphones and take a walk for about an hour and listen to Sword and Scale, because it's the real deal one. My Favorite Murder is fairly lighthearted. And another one, because I'm caught up with them and I need more, because I listen to podcasts mostly when I'm driving to and from work. So the one I've been getting into now is The Last Podcast on the Left, and that's just 3 male comedians, and they're just, talking shit about, but they cover everything from like the Nazi Party to vampires to serial killers to anything kind of paranormal, UFO sightings, that kind of shit. And it's pretty lighthearted. Some of their facts are a bit askew. I don't think they're, I don't want to fucking clown on anybody, but they're pretty loose. They're shooting loose. So yeah, that's a good one as well. I forget the comedians' names. I haven't written that shit down. If you hear any sputtering in the background, that's rain hitting the top of the car. And I will actually take a photo of the car. Yes, I drive a gray Toyota Yaris. No, I am not gay. But I got to tell you, I love this fucking car. It fits all my gear. It can fit a full drum kit. And while it's not ballsy, it's roomy on the inside, and the stereo works great. So there's your plug, Toyota. Fucking use it. Wow, 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 wow. Friday, 2 days ago, we went and saw Esperanza Spalding in Melbourne, Australia at the Forum. And boy, was I in for a fucking surprise, because I only know her from seeing her on Letterman. And then from seeing her on Letterman, you get on Google and you see what's out there. And so I only knew her from like jazz standards and shit like that. And just, playing in front of the president. And just being a general badass bass player / vocalist / black woman with big afro hotness. So she's come out with this album called The De-Evolution of Emily, and Emily is her middle name. And it's like experimental jazz. And a lot of reviews are saying that it's like a mixture of Johnny Mitchell, Led Zeppelin, and Prince. And I can kind of see where they're coming from. Well, definitely. Look, it definitely wasn't fucking boring. So let me just give you a quick rundown of the show. So it's like musical theater, plus her sometimes playing bass, sometimes not, sometimes walking to the electric piano and playing that. Like she's a multi-instrumentalist, and she fucking burns, and she knows jazz, and I think she's been playing like violin since the age of 5. So like she is a musical prodigy, whether she wants to agree with that or not. But these songs, man, fuck, I was kind of hoping she would have gone back to the jazz standards because the shit, for the most part, was over my head. But my wife really, really liked it. And I was like, fuck, what? But look, like the musicianship, totally amazing, totally fucked up. There were these certain parts of this song where her and her 3 backup vocalists, a really tall male and 2 shorter females, would do these 3 and 4 part harmony things where it was a cappella and just like, it was fucking amazing. Like, it was jaw-dropping shit. It was really, really good. The music, there were times where it was really hard to lock into what the fuck was going on, but it was amazing. Like, this girl can played a fretless bass the whole time, singing vocal lines. Like, she's 2 people. She's 2 great people, A grade, 10 out of 10 musicians locked into one person. And it's like, wow. Like, her bass playing on its own, fucking mad. Fretless bass. And she wasn't wearing a bass strap either. She had like this lock on her. It was like a belt or some shit on her hip. And she just kind of lock it into there. And it wasn't even centered. It was kind of if you're looking, the bass is on you, it's kind of more shifted toward the right. And she's so small. Well, she looks small to me and thin that it's like the bass was probably half her weight. But she just smashed the shit out of that, you know? It was amazing to watch that. Then to watch that and that kind of bass playing going on with the fucking fretless shit and being like pitch perfect, because fretless is, man, that shit ain't easy. And then to hear her sing something completely different over the top and hit high fucking notes, it was like, wow. So anyways, the songs I wasn't really locking on to. Oh, and the guitar player and the drummer, yeah, they're jazz dudes and they know what they're doing and they're fucking awesome and fucking, it's like, wow. And the guitar player for the most part was playing like a Fender Strat all night or some sort of Fender Strat variant. Clean guitar with different types of not reverb but delays going on. Sometimes slapback, sometimes not. Really kind of soundscapey, jazz chordy, big left hand stretches, and his soloing was great. Like, that guy was a great guitar player, and I'm sure he helped write the album. But then again, if she can play piano, probably not. So I don't know. All I know is that he was like, the musicians were fucking great. The music went over my head, but they had 2 extended jams where I was like, holy fucking shit. Like, like one of the jams became hypnotic. And it was like, oh, wow, this is quite a musical journey. So that part was awesome. I'd been standing for an hour, and my shoulders started hurting. So I just went, look, I'm going to go outside and sit the fuck down. And I think I missed an encore, which my wife said was great. And I was like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I found a friend who I haven't seen in years, and me and him started talking because we're musicians. And we just got kind of locked into that, and yeah, I'd seen enough. And look, when you witness perfection, I don't know. There were things I liked about it. There were things that went over my head, and yada yada yada. Guitar stuff I'm currently working on, besides learning the alarm stuff, is melodic minor. I'd like to actually, my goal is, and I haven't even come close to nailing it, is to be able to weave melodic minor into whatever I'm playing. Because melodic minor, to me, this is my definition, sounding as close to playing bad notes, or not bad notes, but jazz notes, outside notes, while staying in. Fuck, it's probably a horrible definition. You know who uses it really well? Frederick Thorndahl from Meshuggah. He, on his Soul Niger Within solo album, he plays one track where it's pretty much all melodic minor, and it touches on Holdsworth, but not in a shitty way. Because I noticed that with Alan Holdsworth, look, I ain't gonna lie, I'll probably like 30 to 40% of what he's playing, and like, I know he's fucked up, and that's probably going over my head as well. But when he nails it, he fucking nails it. Yeah, well, with melodic minor, it's enough outside to make your ears kind of perk up without sounding like absolute dog shit. Does that make sense? Hope so. And look, I think I've covered everything. I got to work tomorrow early. It's all more of the same. Oh, and I forgot to plug the podcast I'm involved with because I don't do it enough. Probably because I don't listen to it or like it. Mine's called, and it's with my brother-in-law and our friend from England. It's called, what the fuck is it called? The podcast formerly known as. So give that a listen. We've been doing it for almost 2 years now. The only way I can really kind of handle it is if I'm drunk. But if I'm driving, I can't be doing that. So I don't know. That's a weird one. I don't know. I like seeing the guys, but I don't know. I can't talk about it right now because I haven't really formulated thoughts. All I know is that I don't like it and I don't really listen to it. And you're probably going, well, why would you do something you don't like or don't listen to? And because I'm fucking dumb. And I'm depressed, so fuck off. That'll do for now. Talk to you in another week or two. All right, take care. Bye-bye.